A little-known virus has infected more than 1 million people since spreading to the Americas 1 year ago. Today, all countries in Central America have reported cases of chikungunya, and there are at least 11 confirmed cases here in the United States. The mosquito-borne virus causes intense joint pain and inflammation. Adreas Suhrbier is a leading expert in the alpha viruses that include chikungunya. He is also a principal research fellow in the National Health and Medical Research Council of Australia, and he joins us here in studio. Thank you so much for your time. Can you firstly explain to us what is this virus?
Well, I think the name chikungunya kind of explains it. It's a word from Tanzania, which means that or who is bent up, and it kind of explains the kind of pain that the patients suffer when all their joints are inflamed and hurting really badly. And the pain is often in the peripherals, or in the legs, and the arms, and the fingers, and it's parallel. It's on both sides all the time. It lasts for a couple of weeks, can last for months, in some people up to a year, and it can be very painful.
Now, the problem is that there's no vaccine for this.
There are lots of vaccines that have been made and probably likely to work, but the thing is it's a very difficult thing to make a vaccine for, because it appears millions of people infected and then suddenly for 50 years it's gone.
Yeah.
And then it reappears again somewhere else, so it's very hard to actually work out who's going to make a vaccine, where you put it. It's very difficult.
Now, the US military is quite concerned about this. They've termed a phrase for it. Tell me more about it.
Well, it used to be many years ago, of course, when we were in the Cold War, Russia and America, both of them were developing chikungunya as a biological weapon. Not to spread it by mosquitoes, but to spray it as an aerosol so people breathe it in and get the disease. But those days are long, thankfully, long gone.
Yeah. Do we have concern if we're visiting the affected countries?
Sure. I mean, there are very good things you can do to protect yourself. Get some insect repellent with some DEET in it. And wear long sleeves like this. Don't leave too much exposed so the mosquitoes can't bite you. It's all about the mosquito. If you can avoid the mosquito bite, you're going to be much better off.
Yeah. Now, what about a way for medical professionals to actually invest more research in this? I mean, there are a lot of people who are infected, and the fact that we don't have a vaccine yet means there might not be enough being done.
Of course, as a research scientist, I'm always looking for more money to do more research.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of efforts gone into chikungunya now. I mean, there are treatments. People say there are no treatments. I see that, read that often in the newspaper. There are actually treatments, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, paracetamol, acetaminophen, do actually relieve the symptoms a little bit. For some people, not so great, but you can actually survive quite a long time with these sort of drugs. And a lot of people actually manage to soldier on these drugs. We don't recommend aspirin because there's some hemorrhagic risk, so that's not recommended. But generally, this disease isn't as serious as, say, malaria or dengue, which can kill you. Most people eventually recover from chikungunya, so it's not such a huge risk, if you like, unless you're very young or you're old and you have other conditions. Then you can get severe manifestations, you get hospitalized, and you do have a small risk of dying. But generally, most people slowly, eventually recover after weeks or months of disease.
Something very important and something we need to look out for. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.